Meanwhile, we talk about transfers and new players. Whitney Lonstein is back, baby. She has joined Penn State, and we watched her in practice yesterday. Lights out.
Katie Schumacher-Cawley, the head coach for Penn State, has said so many incredible things about Whitney Lonstein. She's ready for this moment. She's worked hard. We haven't seen her play barely at all the last couple of years, but this year, she's ready to have.
And she loves the atmosphere in Happy Valley, telling us Whitney has a 3-year-old daughter now, and she said it's a family atmosphere. The younger girls, Katie Schumacher-Cawley, saying, look, she's 23, and we had some 18-year-olds, they were 17 when they came in. She goes, it was pretty funny watching her as a mom, with 6 years older than these freshmen, but she is focused on this team. When you look at Penn State as a whole, what do you see in terms of potential?
They've got all the pieces of the puzzle. How can they mesh together? And I think they've been really hungry to compete as well. First meeting, SMU, they already have a match under the belt.
Her back. So I don't know what to expect in this one exactly. What specifically are you going to be looking for? Tell me first for SMU, what kind of skills, what you're going to be looking for.
So for SMU to challenge this Penn State team, they're going to need to serve really aggressive and let their block take over defensively. That's when SMU plays their best volleyball. For Penn State, they've got all sorts of weapons. They've got one of the best setters in the country in Alexis Stuckey. I think they're going to be hard to stop offensively. But when I watched them practice, I was most impressed by their pin blockers. They were able to stop players one-on-one. So I'm looking forward to a defensive battle at the net.
How about that bold prediction by a fan saying, SMU tonight? I tell you what, there's plenty of people in Happy Valley who say, heck no, we got Alexis Stuckey, Kennedy Martin, Whitney Lonstein, and a very talented crew. Penn State is ready to have that, if you would, bounce back season after a defending champion hangover. They won the national championship in 2024 in an absolutely glorious season where Katie Schumacher-Cawley battled and beat breast cancer, really capturing the attention of fans all around the country, whether you're a volleyball fan or not. Nebraska, who you just saw win over Florida, was the Big Ten Conference #1 pick, a preseason poll. Penn State, #3 in the preseason poll. Our first server is Emmy Selman, a junior from Maryland for Penn State. We're underway, semifinal #2. Going for it, it's a big swing from Placide, a really exciting new addition.
And you see SMU able to run their middle first play of the game and then terminate from the right side. So able to run their offense because of the good first contact.
Now this server for SMU, Victoria Harris-Sammer, we're so excited about her. Came from South Carolina, said she was one of the best liberos in the nation.
Victoria Harris is one of those people you love to watch. She is everywhere. One of the quickest defenders I've ever seen. And Sully Davis talked about practicing against her. It's hard to put the ball away.
Liberos wearing the different colored jerseys. They are defensive players only. There's Lonstein up and big swing. Free ball opportunity. Martin is ready. It'll be Lonstein again on a tight ball. This is a smart play with her left hand.
Whitney Lonstein goes up, elevates, and goes and gets that ball for Penn State. Look how tight this ball is. 4 hands, and Lonstein just a little bit higher to clear the block.
Ava Faldudo serving for Penn State.
Sully Davis on that left pin, quick arm swing. SMU has so many weapons. Along the net, they have a lot of different players who can hurt you offensively, and that makes it tough to stop them if you're on the other side of the net.
State uniform.
Alexis Stuckey down the line, and it catches Sully Davis high. She's unable to get under it and lift it to pass that ball.
Sully Davis, number 25 in white, a new player transfer from BYU. Davis, National Player of the Year watch list, ABCA Player of the Year watch list as just a sophomore.
Back. Good
off the block.
Yeah, good size block in front. But the tool of the block, impressive by Anyanwu.
Sully Davis was the 2025 Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Kennedy Martin takes a nice swing. Martin again, an elite swing.
I like that set by the libero for Penn State. She set the ball off the net because she knows Kennedy Martin can go to work, give her room, and she'll make a good decision.
Last time Martin and Stuckey were playing together 2 years ago, Martin was #1 in the nation in points per set when they were together in 2024. Launstein, tempo pass, gorgeous.
Ryla Jones able to score in transition. Another new player in the lineup for Penn State. She's a transfer from Pitt. Sully Davis out of the back row. You saw her stumble on that first one. Too big of a lead, and they go back to her again. This is a rotation for SMU where the setter, Hannah Beaufort, is front row. So they've got Favor Anyanwu on the right, who's versatile enough to hit a high ball on a medium pass.
3-0 run for the Nittany Lions. They get a break, but that ball served out of bounds. The three transfers for Penn State in Stuckey from Florida, Launstein, who came most recently from Texas, and of course Ryla Jones from Pitt, maybe three.
Deep game, trying to force a medium pass so the block of SMU can put pressure on Penn State and Alexis Stuckey.
A yo-yo game, playing with your emotions, right? Hard, deep, a little short, softer. Ryla Jones tips the ball over. It's Krista Wilburn we have not talked about yet. She was an impact player as a freshman, now a sophomore.
Krista Wilburn, 6 rotation player, really good passer, has a big arm, dangerous serve, and she really helps this SMU team settle in, run their offense with their good first contact.
SMU regains the lead on a 3-0 run. Stuckey's getting her steps in. Passing has not quite been on point yet. Beaufort goes back. Ryla Jones, really nice. Do they get the touch? They do not.
Emmy Selman for Penn State trying to swing through the seam of the block and get a piece, but did not get part of the SMU block on that last swing.
Favor Anyanwu continues to serve. It's now been a 4-0 run.
Kennedy Martin wiping off that tight set over Wilburn for SMU. Kennedy Martin can score in so many different ways. Hits crazy angles, but has the offensive tools in a tight set situation.
This week, Penn State did some scrimmages, inter-squad scrimmages, starting the match at 4-4 to get ready for this 21 point set. Because there is a little bit of a different urgency, Holly. How so?
Well, it's a shorter game, so you want to get ahead and you want to finish strong. And when that 21 comes a lot quicker than 25.
Yeah, there's not as many opportunities to make moves, right? Not as many opportunities to sub people in and change things around.
Talia Newsome's a high flyer over a 40-inch vertical. Look at her get up and hit that deep into the corner for SMU. We call that a gap set.
Beautiful connection to the middle. And that time a chop off the hands.
Hitter coverage, and SMU gets another shot at it. Krista Wilburn on the left. You see Sully Davis slide under, get out of the way, and then Wilburn high crossbody off the edge of that right side blocker, Kennedy Martin.
Free ball. Beaufort steps in. Krista Wilburn puts it down.
That ball set a little bit tight to the net. Wilburn tried to wipe it off the block, but the hands pulled out for Penn State, and Penn State will go back to the service line.
That ends a 7-0 run for SMU. Trying to find that line. This is our media break. Another close set. Would you expect anything less? It spikes.
Talia Newsome back on the court for SMU, and look at the high flyer. Beautiful set from sophomore Hannah Beaufort, setting her up on this gap set or 3 set. Finding the seam in the block and the corner for a point for SMU.
And how high does she jump? Well, SMU says they've captured this image and it's not AI. I don't know, man. What do you think?
It's been measured at 41 inches, so pretty close.
Pretty impressive. First set here of our second semifinal at Spikes Under the Lights inside AT&T Stadium. That's right, we are in the Dallas Cowboys field for this first of its kind event. Big dig. How about the dig from Victoria Harris, the new libero for SMU.
Kennedy Martin unloads out of the backcourt. Look at this tight joust. Sully Davis had 4 hands in front of her from Penn State and just works it off the block.
Wilburn. All the stars have come out, including a 4-time Olympic medalist, Carrie Walsh Jennings, owner of Major League Volleyball's NorCal team.
One of the best to ever play, both indoor and beach.
Yep.
Won national championships at Stanford, gold medals on the beach.
Hannah Beaufort goes to the middle. Talk to me about the skill of setter Hannah Beaufort.
Hannah Beaufort's dynamic, and she's getting more and more comfortable. She runs balls down. She can push tempo. She just started jump top spinning a couple weeks ago, and she's been really consistent with that new weapon. So she's been doing a good job simplifying the offense to get her going, and she's going to get better and better every match for SMU.
Lonstein's back. Something about her is so exciting to watch. What is it?
She's dynamic. She moves well, and then quick arm through that ball, working it inside, favor on one you who's one of the most scary blockers to attack against.
And she gets off the ground so quickly. She's springing.
SMU set Penn State up for that. Faldudo had to crash into the middle to pick up this tip and just can't keep it on her side. Look out below.
Placide is back to serve. When you look at the front with Favor Anyanwu, she's playing next to Suli Davis. They have been friends for a long time. They're roommates right now. So when Suli Davis arrived at SMU, she already knew Jaden Livings and Favor Anyanwu. It's an ace serve for Placide.
SMU wants to put pressure from the service line. This is a hybrid. Good pace. Gets away from Emmy Selman of Penn State's platform. You talk about how Suli Davis got to SMU. Jaden Livings and Favor Anyanwu recruited her back. They won a national championship at the club level in high school. And that really was one of the reasons why she wanted to come back to SMU. And the fact that her family's back in Texas as well, that helps.
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine. There's one thing for a coach for you, but your former teammates being like, hey, let's run it back one more time.
Why not?
Kennedy Martin will be in the front court with Alexis Stuckey serving. Sarah Frazee has come on for SMU, number 2 in white and serve receive. They do not go at her. They go at Suli Davis. And that's something that Suli Davis knows. She says, I'm going to receive every ball. Why?
Well, you look at who she's passing with, excellent DSs and passers. They want to put the pressure on Suli. She carries a big offensive load. They just shifted her out of the serve-receive lineup, and Wilburn will step into her place.
A little bit more of a broken play. Yeah, and it's common, right? You're going to go at an outside hitter to put extra load on, even more so when they're new to the team, even more so when you're next to 2 great defenders.
Definitely, and Penn State knows that. They're going to make Suli Davis work for her points, and it's working right now. They're putting a ton of pressure on her. 3-0 run, and SMU up 15-14 in this first set. Whitney Lonstein, we talked about her age. She's been around. Look at the leadership in the Penn State huddle. I love that from Whitney Lonstein.
Even more impressive because it's her first year on the team. Fans are really excited to see Whitney Lonstein back on the court. And here it is. She's back. She has a high risk, a high reward serve. She can attack out of the backcourt.
Whitney Lonstein is 4 kills on 6 attempts, 2 digs, having a big impact for Penn State so far.
Yeah, no errors too. There's a certain gratitude that you have, I think, and she's in her 5th year when you haven't played a lot the last few years. And she is enjoying every second.
Defensively for Penn State.
4-0 run for Penn State now after that big run by SMU. Getting Ryla Jones active.
Big rip against Penn State. That's how you win big points, being unafraid in big moments.
Suli Davis. Lonstein well off the net. Wilburn takes a big aggressive swing. It's long.
Wilburn had the right idea. That deep corner is a fantastic area to aim for. Just missed it long.
This is the 3rd set played tonight. There were 2 between Nebraska and Florida, and they have all been like this. Ties, ties, ties. Showing you the parity of the NCAA this season.
Good decision by SMU setter Beauford to run Favor Anyanwu on a bit higher set because they've only got 2 attackers, but Favor Anyanwu is versatile. She can hit that higher tempo set, but use her physicality to score. She gets up and crushes that ball. Loving the trend of middle blockers at the service line, absolutely using their big arms to score.
Penn State took a timeout. Let's take a look again.
No spin on that ball, so we call that a floater, and it had tons of pace, and it's hard to track when it's moving, and that one gets away from Faldudo's platform. Emmy Selman, fantastic effort to try and save that.
We wondered what serving would be like in an arena like this. It's such a huge space. How does that affect vision?
Well, it's hard. I mean, you've got dark seats behind. Spatial awareness is tough in an arena like this.
We got a pretty good server here and three-time national champion Madison Skinner to serve for us, just to show you what it looks like. I mean, as the ball tops up, it's like cavernous that you're seeing, and the kind of focus. Of course, it was no problem for Madison. Plays with the national team, of course. She is a professional player here in Texas for League One Volleyball. Austin, two-time champion there as well. That's all she does is collect trophies. Kennedy Martin able to get a touch.
Kennedy Martin is one of those players who can dominate a match offensively, but Stuckey trying to get everybody involved, stay balanced offensively for Penn State.
Lexi Jin. Again, Martin. Holly, let me ask you, you were an NCAA championship setter. You talked about keeping everybody involved. How do you work that balance when you've got a hitter like Martin who gets it done for you?
Early in the set, you want to establish everybody else, and then when you need those points, you go to your go-to player.
Aggressive lefty serve from Lexi. Got substitutions coming in on a couple of sides. Placide comes back in for SMU. And then Jocelyn Nation, number 11 in Navy. They call her Juice, a senior for Penn State. And in the center of the serve receives this ball.
Love that Kennedy Martin wants this ball. Look at this angle. As a right-sider that has to come over your left shoulder, Kennedy Martin does the work to make that possible. What a swing to win that point. Tie it up.
Error-free is Kennedy Martin, 5 kills for her. Off hands, picked up. Again, it is the libero for SMU who keeps these rallies going.
Transition swings, but Victoria Harris showing her speed in the back row, and then Gabby Placide off the hands of the block from that left side.
Sam Erger said she's the best defender I've ever coached. This little, her word, pipsqueak, sits in the edges. And you mentioned it earlier, Suli Davis talking about, I can't get a ball down on her because she's just everywhere I want to be.
All tied up at 20 apiece. You must win by 2. SMU has 3 hitters available: Suli Davis, Gabby Placide, and Natalia Newsom.
And Whitney Lonstein has come back on the floor for Penn State. Off hands, SMU 1 point away from taking set number 1.
You see the fire from Suli Davis. Sam Erger said, look, she's an emotional player. When she's up, the team feels that energy.
Vic, that'll rattle you as a defender, like, wait, where's the careful swing? 5 kills, no errors on 9 swings for Whitney Lonstein. We are tied at 21. Penn State has not led this match, this set, since it was 6-5. And they give SMU another set point.
Gabby Plessis does a tough serve. Penn State's passers need to lock in and get ready for some pace behind the serve.
Martin. Aggressive swing, absolutely amazing.
Penn State handles the tough serve, and then Stuckey making that decision to go to her hot hitter.
11th tie of this set. Penn State has been playing catch-up all set long. Can they take the lead?
Seen some left side attackers take some really difficult swings because that set is coming from off the net.
Set point number 3 for SMU.
Both teams stepping up to the challenge, but SMU takes the first set, 24 over Penn State's 22.
Florida in 2, but it was not easy. It was hotly contested, much like this, a lot of ties. SMU with the first set win. This is 2 out of 3. By the way, they are to 21. The third set, if it goes to that, will be 15 points. Also win by 2.
Is feeling good, tags the back line with that deep swing.
Victoria Harris, the libero, serving, new to this SMU team out of South Carolina.
Kennedy Martin trying to go down that line and just turned her hand a little bit too much, going wide. Big front row defensively for SMU, and center is front row for Penn State. Look for Kennedy Martin out of the back row.
Connection not quite there on that one between Stuckey and Riley Jones. Lonstein's waiting out here.
Whitney Lonstein seen the court so well. She saw the defender deep, knowing that little tip over the block is coming.
Trouble. Penn State not playing as crisp as we have seen them in the past. What can they do to tighten things up a bit?
Just concentrate on every contact. This is their first match of the season. SMU has one under their belt, and I think that plays to the advantage block of the game for Favor Onyanwu for SMU. And Whitney Lonstein snuck one inside of the block early on. Favor Onyanwu says, not this time.
Yeah, fool me once, not twice. Placide serving. There, the connection is good between Riley Jones and Stuckey. It's a little over-rotated, though. And the team is saying to Katie Schumacher-Colley, I'd like a challenge, please.
Stuckey running that middle attack to Riley Jones. Looked good, and all the players on the Penn State team telling coach there was a touch on that play.
Reminding people of the challenge rules if they have joined us late.
You see Riley Jones go up. Might have got the side arm of Hannah Beaufort.
Each team gets 2 challenges per set. If you are successful, you keep your 2 challenges. If not, you lose it.
This one's a tough play to call because you don't see finger movement. Might have got the side of Beaufort's arm there. Just looked like it gained a little bit of spin off there, but not super clear.
Yeah, so what Holly's looking at there is the spin of the ball, the rotation of the ball. And a reminder, there's 3 possible outcomes of a challenge. It can be confirmed, it can stand, or it can be overturned. Stand means there was no clear evidence that causes you to change the original call.
While this is reviewed, both coaches get to talk to their team.
Katie Schumacher-Cawley, Penn State's head coach, has said all she needs to say. Penn State trailed in that first set ever since they took one lead at 6-5, and that was it. Sam Erger, in her 5th season this year, she took this team to the first regional semifinal round of 16.
After review, the ball will be reversed. Point Penn State, and they will retain their challenge.
So Holly, I think you have good eyes saying there was a little bit of a change in spin off of the arms.
Thank you.
You know this already. Never go against Holly in a challenge. She's got hawk eyes. Whitney Lonstein serving. Substitution as Lonstein goes out, and Jocelyn Nathan, they call her Juice, comes in, a defensive specialist. A senior, Sully Davis, serving for the Mustangs. Uh-oh.
Down the line.
Fourth kill for Anyanwu, 0 errors.
On your side of the net, and it starts with Kennedy Martin getting involved in the offense for Penn State. If you're Penn State, you have to worry about Favor Anyanwu on that right side. Make sure you're ready to block that ball.
There it was. All options going quickly to Martin. Beaufort strong to the pin outside. Wow.
Beaufort was all the way off the court and had to push that out to Wilburn, who has plenty of heat on that ball and catches middle back defender for Penn State.
Krista Wilburn reclassified before her freshman year to join it.
Win to call her own number.
2 shoot, meaning she's taken the ball on the second contact.
With 2 hands.
With 2 hands, catching them off guard. Harris puts up an aggressive set.
SMU wants that aggressive mindset. Stay in the rally and take big rips in transition. Wilburn keeps it high, working off the block with some power on that swing.
Placide re-entered in the front court. Sam Erger has called setter Hannah Beaufort the most agile setter I've ever coached. Wilburn coming in, swinging hard at the hands, and just gets caught up high on Newsom at the net.
Strong hands on the block by Penn State. There was a hard swing trying to rip it through the block, but Whitney Lonstein, big press for Penn State.
Haley Bergdorf,
a first-year starter for SMU's Hannah Beauford, the setter. She is finding Natalia Newsom in a perfect tempo and a nice height, which is hard for someone who jumps so high. That window is different.
Ellie Moore serving. Lonstein's first pass is good. They want to get her going again.
Net violation by SMU.
Pressing so hard trying to get a block on her. Ace serve.
Penn State going after Sully Davis in serve receive, trying to put the pressure on her. That one gets away from her just wide, almost drops in.
And it was delivered by the true freshman Haley Bergdorf out of Illinois. Timeout. Oh no, it's a referee review, a challenge from SMU.
SMU, all the players in white were pointing that that ball dropped in. Wow, I think that hit.
Yeah, you see a little break in the line. Right. Ball.
I think it got a piece of the line.
I do too. And indeed, the challenge was successful. SMU at the point, Harris serving again. Lonstein returning to form.
Whitney Lonstein's feeling it. You can see the confidence, the way she talks to her team, sharing her experience. Elevating, hard swing off the outside hand of Gabby Placide down that line, and then giving her teammates all sorts of energy right back.
Beaufort, decision to go back to Placide.
Victoria Harris, the libero for SMU, picked up a really nice ball, sliding under to keep that in play for SMU.
We are halfway through set number 2. SMU took set 1. Can they stay and put the pressure to AT&T Stadium? They did win that first set and have really tightly contested. And they're leading right now. Holly, what's been the key to their success?
Just like the way they're staying in rallies and taking big swings in transition. They're just putting all sorts of pressure on Penn State.
And for Penn State, what do they need to do to take the lead? They've been trailing this entire match.
They just haven't found their rhythm, so a little bit more consistent, taking advantage of transition set opportunities. SMU on fire. In this set, they're hitting 412. There's a big block early on by Onyanwu, but it was covered by Penn State's fighting to stay in these rallies.
How about Faldudo, the libero for Penn State, flying out of nowhere to grab that. That's the 8th kill for Sully Davis.
Definitely, and for Penn State, they need that other outlet, a quick one-on-one opportunity by Ryla Jones to score in the middle. More offense out of the middle, and they can have those one-on-one opportunities. Ryla Jones, 4 for 8, 0 errors for Penn State. That's a hitter you want to get the ball to.
Kendall Northern, a true freshman out of Cincinnati, Ohio, in the middle for Penn State, #1 in Navy.
Onyanwu goes over the top. Look at the high contact point, finding ground, and that's that higher tempo set to her on the right.
Back to Kennedy Martin, trying to wipe off the block. Wilburn saying, not here, not now.
SMU plays their best when they're blocking balls, and they've been taking care of the net lately for SMU.
Onyanwu on the National ABCA Player of the Year watch list. Crafty. Haley Bergdorf, true freshman, off hands.
Coming in and sparking things for Penn State on the left side is Bergdorf. Good size block, crossbody swing off the right side of Beaufort.
You know what's fun about this is that true freshman playing in her first match, a lot of times we see them try to pound down. How about some heat from the service line?
Kennedy Martin had tons of pace on that serve and attacked the seam between the two players. Oof. Little communication breakdown.
Now with Haley Bergdorf, the true freshman, on the line, is that where SMU will try to serve? No, they were just going for it. Lonstein coming back out as Juice goes in, or excuse me, it's Lonstein coming back in as Juice goes out. Bergdorf behind the service line. Door closed on that right side. Beaufort goes somewhere else, as you would expect. Ball is long, no touch.
Penn State trying to get some momentum on their side of the net. They made some substitution, trying to get tougher serves in there, and now their block having an effect on this match.
A little bit of a smile from Bergdorf as she's serving. Lonstein off high hands. Have the lead for the first time since very early in the first set.
Faldudo slides under that ball, and then later Bergdorf keeping the ball off the floor, and that keeps Penn State in the rally able to capitalize.
Have you seen Bergdorf before? First time seeing this freshman.
Saw her yesterday at practice, so
well, yeah.
We watched her, and I was impressed with her. Beaufort running that gap set to Newsom. It's a play they consistently. Even though the set's a little high, she's able to finesse it through that block.
Ellie Muror serving, the transfer from Kansas, another setter for SMU. And third-year player, junior. Lonstein. Felt like a beach shot, knowing exactly where that line was.
As Alexis Stuckey was trying to run that ball down, she said behind, so Lonstein knew where it was going, and then yes, just a crossbody, high contact. It's the way she contacted it with her hand keeps it in the court.
11th kill for Lonstein. Setters or hitters giving signals to the setter.
Beautiful set by Hannah Beaufort. Out to Sully Davis. They are finding that rhythm. It's a fastball to the pin. And Sully Davis is at her best when she's got that seam to crush it through with her fast arm. pressure creates that opportunity. Victoria Harris, tough serve, and then the ball cleaned up at the net. 10 kills for Suli Davis of SMU.
Penn State will take the timeout. A reminder, these sets just go to 21. Take a look at service pressure. Winner of this match will face #1 Nebraska right afterwards in the final. It's a $1 million purse for this one-of-its-kind event. We're in AT&T Stadium for Spikes Under the Lights, the first ever Spikes Under the Lights. And Holly, what are your impressions so far of this event?
Just goosebumps. I mean, the opportunity for these Elite Four programs to play in this venue. Every single person who's walked into AT&T Stadium, also known as Cowboy Stadium, just gets chills. I mean, it's so incredible to be here.
Come on, 1, 2, 3, let's go!
It's best 2 out of 3 for this unusual format. It's play to 21, win by 2. SMU won the first set. She's not playing around, is she? I mean, Whitney Lonstein early on was getting those balls and dropping that hand in. It's a 3-0 run for SMU. Ball's long, no good. It is a match point Mustangs. Libero and transfer, Victoria Harris serves. Lonstein asking for a touch. Initial call is wide, and Katie Schumacher-Colley says, not so fast, my friend. She wants to challenge that ball.
There was a touch.
Whitney Lonstein for Penn State gets the left pinky of Onyanwu. She was very certain.
All right, here we go.
Big time challenge, and Penn State should stay in the match.
Absolutely.
After review, the call will be reversed. Point Penn State, and they will retain their challenge.
Huge reversal. But now it comes down to execution. It is still match point SMU.
Alexa Stuckey's a really good server. She's been going down the line. SMU came out. I thought they were much better today than when I saw them last week, and they were pretty good last week as well, but looked confident, in a good rhythm.
Take a look at match point one more time.
Suli Davis handles that pass, and then quick arm swing, the fire and emotion. SMU came ready to play.
SMU beats Penn State in 2. They will face Nebraska in the final.